I'll be going out, yelled a dark-furred mare into the house as she wrapped the blue and pink scarf around her neck. She made sure it was as tight as it was needed, and nothing more.
When do you think you'll be back?
Called a distant voice from within the house. Not sure. Depending on what those idiots want me to come and check out, she replied, mimicking the words written on a small note, which also told her to come to Sugar Cube Corner. She picked up a teal-green pair of earmuffs, placing them neatly over her ears.
Try not to kill them too much,
Reverb said as Scribbler opened the front door, immediately feeling the cold wind inviting itself into her home. No promises, she said back in a tone that was hard to tell if she was joking or serious. Stepping out into the garden, she could see how the soft white snow had formed a beautiful white blanket covering pretty much everything. It was in the middle of winter, and it showed. Looking out into Ponyville, it looked more like one of those snow-covered villages that you would see on greeting cards. She gave a quick shiver as she felt the wind once more. Tucking the scarf more up over her mouth, she moved on, trotting through the snow. A small delightful crunch was made as the snow gave out with every hoof step that Scribbler made. I would enjoy winter more if it wasn't so fucking cold, she mumbled to herself before suddenly feeling her hooves losing their place. She gave out a quick shriek as the ground had suddenly changed from soft to smooth and slippery. It took her a few seconds before she finally caught her hoofing and stood still with a very frustrated look on her face. And the ice isn't fucking helping, she snarled out loud as she stared down at the pool of ice, silently hoping that it would go away if she stared enough at it, like a mother who found her child leaving their Lego pieces all over the floor. She quickly exited the ice pool and went onto the road. It was relatively late in the afternoon, and she saw several ponies walking around in the streets, all as packed up as her, if not more. She had been busy the first half of the day, constantly working and making sure everything was in order before leaving. A small smile came over her face when she thought of the letter she had gotten that day. Reverb had brought more of them from the post office, all of them from other ponies who had found her audio work and enjoyed them. How much she inspired them, and now are reading more because of her. Her frustrated eyes and stiff lips softened up a bit. She had been so busy the last couple of days, and reading those letters had always helped her keep her spirits up. She soon reached the usually bright pink bakery, now covered in snow, making it look more like a massive gingerbread house covered in white frosting. Damn it, now I'm hungry, she thought as she trotted up to the door and opened the swinging doors. She shook her body, throwing off any small patches of snow that had fallen on top of her as she looked into the surprisingly empty room with no lights on. Immediate suspicion. Her right eyebrow raised so high it could have reached Cloudsdale and slowly trotted inside. Alright, what are you fuckers up to? Her look of suspicion quickly changed to one of panic as several lights were lit and a huge group of ponies jumped out from several hiding places, including Reverb, who had somehow flown to the place before Scribbler had gotten there. Happy birthday, sweetheart, he said with a wide smile as he trotted up to his fiancée and gave her a deep hug. From behind the corner, two unicorns, one light gray with brown hair and one dark gray with dark red hair, levitated a massive cake which said, "Happy birthday, Scribbler." She stared out into the crowd of ponies, all of them looking back at her with the widest of smiles. How long have you been planning this? Scribbler asked Reverb as she stood there, still currently processing the situation. Oh, we've been going over it for a while, including making sure that you got that note. Well, in hindsight, I really should have been able to figure out what was happening.
Told you that the plan was foolproof as fuck!
Yelled Goody out from the back as he gave a very enthusiastic hoof bump to Lost, though making sure that the cake was still being held up. Scribbler gave a small giggle and shook her head lightly before taking off the scarf and earmuffs. Thank you so much, she said as she leaned in and gave Reverb a kiss on his muzzle. From that point on, Scribbler quickly lost the track of time. From so many ponies providing hugs, from a very enthusiastic orange alicorn, to a friendly but eager hug from a light brown earth pony, to a grinning red unicorn who was a bit too eager to provide her with several cups of cider throughout the night, and many, many others. Shenanigans were galore, fun was had, and love was everywhere. All these ponies had gathered to celebrate one beautiful mare, and by Celestia, that is what they're going to do. Happy birthday, Scribbler. I hope you have an amazing day.